Today I'm going to be reviewing and comparing 3 different lipsticks that launched within the last year. They're from 3 different brands that I really like, and this will come as no surprise if you've seen any of my other videos about makeup. The first one is the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick. The second one is the Rare Beauty Kind Words Matte Lipstick. And the last one is the Rose Inc Satin Lip Color Refillable Hydrating Lipstick. So I have all 3 formulas here. The Merit one I was gifted by the brand, and then these 2 I purchased on my own from Sephora. And we're gonna test it out because I think these formulas are not supposed to be similar. I think they're quite different. So really my goal is to figure out which of these formulas I like for what occasion. Day to day, my makeup is pretty much like this. It's quite minimal and natural looking. Like, I don't experiment with colors too often. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test out one lipstick for the entire day and then report back with my thoughts. Because I do want to see the lasting power, how it feels on the lips, what happens when I eat a snack or drink some tea. And the first one I'm going to start with is the Merit one. I'm going to test out Slip, which is a warm neutral. This lipstick is a sheer lipstick with a satin finish and the benefits of a lip balm without the heaviness of a traditional lipstick. And that's very in line with Merit's whole philosophy of being kind of on the go, very easy, minimal makeup. And the key ingredients include squalane and sunflower seed oil, papaya fruit extract, and raspberry oil, which moisturizes and adds a soft aroma. Smelling it honestly, I don't know that I smell raspberry or anything fruity. It really just smells like waxy lipstick smell. And starting with the packaging, it feels very luxe and I like it a lot. It has a pretty standard lipstick bullet that's a bit rounded at the top. Let's get to applying. And I'm not using any lip liner or anything like that because I want to see how the lipstick wears on its own. So there's one layer on. It was super easy to apply, certainly very balmy. And that's one layer, and I'm gonna try to build it up a bit. There it is. I really like this shade. I think it's my perfect kind of neutral brownish shade that's not too dark. I know they also have a shade called 1990. That's that iconic brown lipstick shade. I wondered if that would be a bit too dark for me, so I went with this one and I really like it. It felt really nice going on. Looking up close, I feel like it makes my lips look super plump and smooth, if that makes sense. Like the lines in my lips, like the vertical lines kind of like vanished. The finish is certainly a satin. I think that's accurate. My lips feel nice and buttery and smooth, and we'll see how it wears throughout the day. So I will check in basically when I feel like I need to reapply this lipstick, and I'll share my thoughts. Here's the Merit lipstick 1 hour after application. This is after 2 hours after eating lunch. And this is after about 4 hours when it was pretty much off of my lips. Overall, I loved how this applied. It was super smooth and hydrating. It's not the most pigmented, but that is on purpose, and it weared nicely throughout the day, fading pretty evenly. I see this formula as kind of my perfect everyday lipstick. It feels really hydrating, wears nicely, and is easy to reapply. Okay, it's day 2 of 3 trying out those different lipsticks. Today I'm gonna try out the Rose Inc lipstick. Now I have this in the shade Poetic, and I had a really hard time choosing between the shades because there are so many cool tone shades in the mix and some warmer ones. And when I saw swatches of these colors on people, like they all kind of looked very similar. So anyway, in the end, I showed Calvin a picture of all the swatches and I asked him to pick one randomly, and he picked Poetic. This is what the bullet looks like. It has a flat top, which I wonder if that'll make application like a little bit different. Here are a few swipes on the back of my hand. It's decently pigmented. I felt my skin dragging just a little bit as I moved it down my hand. And this shade, Poetic, is supposed to be a muted coral. Now let's see what this one claims. It's a rich, refillable lipstick that delivers lasting, weightless color while blurring the appearance of vertical lip lines. Highlighted ingredients include the Swartia tirata extract, an oil-dispersed hyaluronic acid, and mustard sprouts to deliver a firmer, fuller look to the lips. I will say packaging-wise, this one doesn't feel as nice, and I'm shaking it because it feels like a little loose. And I think this is why, because it is refillable. I like that it's a bit more eco-friendly, a bit more sustainable, so you don't have to buy a full tube every time. You can just buy the little bullet. It does feel like a little bit cheap plastic and it's very light, but if you like that luxurious feel, like you want like a heft to your lipstick, this won't really give you that. And also it's a magnetic closure. Even if you put it on like the wrong way, it just kind of snaps, closes into place. So that's kind of fun. So my lips feel a bit dry, so we'll see if this is truly hydrating. There it is applied. It took kind of long because I'm not used to like the shape of this bullet. I don't love that the top is flat because, I don't know, it just doesn't really hug the contours like the Merit one did. I honestly prefer when my lipsticks are either pointed at the top or round. So, you know, this wasn't my favorite application. The color is really nice. It's not too orange, it's not too pink or red. Off the bat, this does feel hydrating. It smooths out the lines in my lips, similar to the Merit one. Satin finish is quite accurate. It also feels quite weightless, like it doesn't feel like I'm wearing lipstick on my lips right now. I'm about to get lunch going and have a bite to eat, so I will check in when it's time to reapply. So this is how it looked about 30 minutes after application. And this is after lunch about an hour and a half later, and at this point my lips were feeling super dry and uncomfortable and I didn't like it. The squared tip made application kind of difficult and it was really pigmented, so I'll give it that. It's supposed to be hydrating, but my lips felt really dry and chalky after a couple of hours, so I didn't enjoy how it wore on my lips. I know this sounds harsh, but I would really only reach for this if I didn't have any other lipsticks with me. Hello, okay, it's the next day, and today I'm gonna be testing out the Rare Beauty Kind Words Matte Lipstick, and I have the shade Fun, which is described as a neutral mauve. They have so many beautiful neutral colors that I think no matter what your skin tone or undertone is, you're bound to find a shade that flatters you really, really well. I have a feeling the shade is going to be quite similar to the Rose Ink one, but we'll see how the formula compares. This is what the packaging looks like. It's super cute and very sleek. It is plastic as well, and you kind of push it down and it pops off like that, and it twists up, and I'm glad to see the bullet is kind of the classic shape. Yesterday when the Rose Ink lipstick wore off, I really didn't feel compelled to reapply it, so I actually just reapplied my Merit lipstick, which kind of shows which one I prefer out of the two. But anyway, we'll see what this one is like. There is a swatch of Fun. Now this lipstick is a buttery, pigment-rich, soft matte lipstick available in a range of wearable shades that hugs lips in pure comfort all day. It's supposed to be hydrating and long wearing. And this one doesn't have like a highlighted ingredient section with like really unique, weird ingredients. Every swatch video I've seen so far, people seem to really like this formula, so. Oh, I should note, I also got the matching lip liner for this in the shade Fun, and I really, really liked that shade when I swatched it. This lipstick did not disappoint. It went on so smoothly. It was super buttery, and even though it's a soft matte, it feels really comfortable and moisturizing on the lips. I think it's also quite smoothing. It doesn't settle into any of my lines in my lips. Yeah, this is looking really nice, and I do quite like the shade. I think it's a nice neutral, warm toned, pinkish beige. When I have a lot of glowy, glittery things on my face. It's kind of nice to ground the look with a matte lip. I find sometimes if I then go in with a glossy lip, it's just a lot of like light reflecting off every corner of my face. So I quite like this matte look, and I really like how it applied. I think the shape of the lipstick bullet is perfect. You can be super precise around the edges, and I didn't need to drag the color in any way. I really just lightly swept it over my lips, and the pigment was super, super rich. Strong first impression, and I'll check back in a couple of hours. Here it is right after application, and it wore off a couple hours later after eating lunch, but my lips did not feel dry. Application and reapplication is a 10 out of 10, and it's also really pigmented. It wears decently on the lips. Of course, if you're eating and drinking, it's gonna wear off, but it didn't feel drying like the Rose Ink lipstick, and it's a lot less expensive. The icing on the cake is that this day, Calvin asked me what lipstick I was wearing, and he said it looked really nice on me, and he doesn't always notice specific products like that. So this is now my go-to date night lipstick, or if I'm going somewhere where there's gonna be pictures taken. I love having this in my bag. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've tried any of these, I'd love to know your thoughts, and if you have a lipstick formula that you think I should try next, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.